and welcome to tonight's whiskey review, which I am dubbing the Great Winter Storm of 2015 whiskey review, because there's a storm going on right now. It's sort of died down for a bit for now, but it's supposed to go on until next morning. Don't know what I'm going to do. So I can show you over here. You can kind of see that vent over there by the fan. The metal part that's on top kind of blew off, so it's leaking over there, but I got something over there to take care of it for now. My landlady's on the mainland. All her pots are blowing over that she told me to take care of. One of the cats is outside, and I don't know where the hell it is. So I need some whiskey right now. And because it seems fitting, I have an Irish whiskey. Now, this was given to me for Christmas by my father. Who knows I like whiskey, but I don't think he watches my reviews. I hope he doesn't anyway, considering my mouth in these. And this is Jameson Select Reserve Single Distillery Black Barrel. Now, this is their sort of prestige line. They only distill it once a year, and unlike their regular whiskey, this one is aged instead for about, I believe the Jameson's is about 3 to 4 years. This one's aged 12 years, and is aged in a combination of charred oak barrels, much in the fashion of bourbon, and I believe later on in used sherry caskets. Now, you would think that would make for a very bourbon-like profile. It doesn't, because, of course, this is Irish whiskey. It uses a mostly malted barley mash bill. There's also a little bit of grain alcohol, because all Irish whiskeys are mixed with grain alcohol. Well, except for the ones that are more like Scottish whiskeys, like Connemara, but that's another story there. So, I have this out here. It's been fairly... I've been trying to do this multiple times. Each video had its technical difficulties for tonight. Anyways, so here it is. Jameson's Black Barrel Reserve. Very light colored. Sort of, I'd say, a nice yellow-orange with tints of amber. Very clear. The first thing that hits you in the nose is the smell of vanilla. You can definitely smell the effects of the toasted barrel aging. Underneath that is a very distinct graininess. Usually I don't get graininess from whiskeys, some people do, but this one you can definitely smell the barley. There's toffee there. I'm not getting any oak though. Not much in the way of orange or citrus notes either. All in all, it's very mild smelling. But then I often find that Irish whiskeys tend to be rather muted compared to bourbons and scotches, which is why I tend to gravitate towards them instead of Irish whiskeys. But, you know, I'm going to review this whiskey, and I'm going to give it a fair chance. Very smooth. There's this wonderful butteriness that it leaves on the tongue, which is strange because, like I said, this is mostly malted barley. I believe the corn is in the single-digit percentages. But still, just the sensation it leaves on the tongue is just a buttery smoothness. The finish is fairly long and strong. It is primarily woody with a hint of smokiness. Not a peaty smokiness, but instead a wood smokiness. In the front, there's a pretty intense hit of sweetness. It definitely tastes of the sherry. Don't mind that. That's just the thing. It's attached to one thing, so every time it gusts, it just slams up against there. Now you see why I need a drink. Oh, and the legs. Pretty moderate. It doesn't seem to be leaving too thick. The front sweetness is slightly candied. Not overly fruity, but there is hints of sherry there. And underneath that, sort of a malty graininess. You really do taste the barley in this. I didn't think to go and ice this one up, but it seems rather mild, so I don't think it would take too well to ice, especially if you're like me and you like those big, bold flavors. Someone who likes things a little less intense, especially alcohol, might really enjoy this on the rocks. I would find it probably kind of watered. This is a nice sipping whiskey. You know, like I said, it's muted. There's no really big bursting flavors here. But it has flavor. It's distinctly better than the Jameson, the main one of the Jameson's line, which I find has very little flavor whatsoever. It's very smooth and very easy drinking. Especially like the delightful butteriness to the mouthfeel, which I probably should say it does have some hints of vanilla there, but nowhere near as strong as some bourbons I've had. But it definitely has much, much more butteriness to the mouthfeel. Closer to a Tennessee whiskey than a bourbon, I would say. So, Jameson Select Reserve Black Barrel. High end of the Jameson line. So it's a macro distillery. It's a very large, it's a very large brewed, but this is still pretty quality. And for about $12 more than the average Jameson's, it's well worth a shot. So yeah. Especially for people who don't like big taste. Like I said, this is pretty much smooth with muted taste, but taste is still there. So, that's your whiskey review for tonight, folks. Cheers.